Today you are drinking Speyburn Bradan Orach. The Speyburn distillery lies in the heart of Speyside, sitting along the stream of the Granty Burn. The Bradan Orach expression, Gaelic for golden salmon, is matured exclusively in American oak ex-bourbon casks. It was named in honor of the world-class salmon fishing found on the River Spey. Speyburn Bradan Orach comes in at 80 proof. We paid $23 for our bottle with a retail price of $26. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy!
All right, thanks, Joyce. Just like last time, Joyce poured the whiskey for us and chose a bottle randomly, so none of us know what this is going in. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot.
Much lighter.
Yes, very much lighter. Oh, okay. That is not American.
No, it is not.
No.
If I had to guess, I would say this is from an island.
It's a pretty good guess.
If it's not American, it's probably from an island. Or yeah.
I'm going to guess kilt wearing.
Yes. I would say that's probably also a strong possibility.
Oh, so we're limiting Japan now? So you just said island is, because still could have been Japan. All right, so actual notes.
Actual notes, yeah.
Fruit. I'm getting a little bit of fruit. Not sure what kind of fruit. Sweetness.
I'm getting banana.
No, it's citrus for me.
No, it's for sure not citrus.
That's what
I don't think it's banana, but it's for sure not citrus.
I'm getting some.
I'm getting kind of like malt.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting malt. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's start with the obvious. Start with the obvious note.
The malt is the most obvious to me.
Malt almost smells like cornflakes, but I think that might be the malt.
Maybe it is banana that I'm getting. I mean, I like this regardless. I don't know what it is, what note I'm getting.
I'm thinking it's like a, you know how you
It's
get,
fruit. There is a fruit.
you know how you get sugar covered oranges?
Yeah.
Sugar covered lemon.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sugar-covered
Or
lemons.
lemongrass, maybe.
A little bit of honey.
A little bit of honey, yeah. Maybe it's a berry.
I don't know. I'm looking at strawberry.
No, it's not a berry.
No.
I'm sticking to citrus.
I'm sticking with banana. Like a mashed up banana.
Or maybe apricot.
Apricot was the other one that I was like, maybe.
I'm waiting for a sip.
I could also see fig.
That's what I was going to guess next. Fig.
Oh man, that is smooth.
In a good way, smooth.
Yeah. There's a light sweetness there.
Floral on the palate.
Yeah. There's also some earthy notes.
A little bit of peat. I think I'm getting a light amount of smoke on the nose.
So on the back palate, I'm getting honey.
Yes.
For sure. That's the biggest thing that's popping up to me is honey.
Cantaloupe on the finish.
See, I'm not getting like any kind of fruit on the finish.
There's some oak spice
There's
in there.
like some honey sweetness. Some oak spice.
I'm getting like a spiced cantaloupe. Like cantaloupe and clove.
I drink this. It's nice. It's an easy sipper. It's not like too hard to drink.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's overly complicated. So if you just want to like sit back, relax, and enjoy some nice sweet, not very bold flavors, it's a good just sipping drink just to lean back and sip on.
Yeah,
Are we ready to add some water?
Yes, we are.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Definitely brought out more of the floral note, made it more bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that for me, the citrus note turned into a floral note, and it is more robust.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the flower of a fruit plant.
I might smell orange blossom.
Yeah.
It's more robust, more bold.
The maltiness note actually I think took a little bit of a back seat.
Yeah.
Which is still there.
Yeah, it's still there. It still smells like it still definitely has that note.
All right, I'm gonna take a sip now.
I took a sip already. I couldn't resist.
More spiced. Initially, I thought it was a little thinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yes, definitely thinner.
The flavors are more robust, but or bolder, the spice notes at least. But the actual like viscosity.
Yeah.
There is something else that I'm picking up. Something that is more enhanced with the water. And I just cannot put my finger on it. I can't identify it.
I know what you mean, but I don't know what it is. Finish is not as long.
No.
Maybe like a light corn syrup or a caramel has stood out.
Maybe like some sort of vanilla,
Yeah.
like thing that involves vanilla, like caramel. I feel like caramel and vanilla are close. Am I wrong on that?
They're
Maybe
similar.
just straight vanilla extract.
I think I like it better without water, though. Like, the nose is definitely better with water. I think overall, I like it better without water.
I absolutely agree with it. It's better without water.
Okay.
I don't know that I agree with you that the nose is better with water.
I like the nose a lot more now.
I think the nose is different with water, but I don't know that it's better with
Yeah.
water. I think it moves from being one type of rating of the rating I'm going to give it to being another type of the rating I'm going to give it. For sure.
I'm gonna give the nose 3.5. I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was definitely better than average. I like fruit notes. I like malt tea notes, and it was just simple. It wasn't overly complex. Definitely not like something I'm going to do like a journey with. I'm not going to take a journey with this whiskey, but it was definitely enjoyable. Just like definitely a nice nose that you can appreciate without having to think too much about it.
I am going to give it a 4 for mostly the same reasons. I like this whiskey I like it better neat. It's not overly complex. It's a nice end of the day whiskey.
Nose, I'm giving it a 3.5. I really like the fruity notes that we were getting. I really like the malt. I got a little bit of light smoke, and these are all things that I find enjoyable.
See, I didn't get any smoke, but the fact that you got smoke makes me like question what I think this is. All right, palate, I gave that a 4. The nose led into the palate, and I thought the palate tasted good, and it was nice and complete.
I'm also giving it a 4. Also the same reasons.
I'm giving it a 4. Basically, as Josh said earlier, it's a good sipping whiskey. I really enjoyed that it was nice and smooth right off the start, and a good transition from nose to palate.
And then finish, I gave it a 3.5. Whole way through, the whiskey was very complete. Again, without water. With water, the finish was not good. It wasn't bad.
It was still okay.
It wasn't bad. It just was meh. It was unnoticeable. And I wouldn't even say that it was necessarily very noticeable without water, but it was still there and it was still nice, and it just flowed really nicely from everything.
Yes.
Very well-rounded whiskey. Very complete.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4 on the finish. So I'm giving it 4s across the board.
I'm giving the finish a 3.5. I found it to be perfectly timed for what this was. But there were just a couple notes that I was looking for on the finish based on what I got on the nose and the palate that I didn't find. But, 3.5 is still a great score.
Yeah, your average is still, like, if we round up to the closest thing, it's still 3.5
Yeah.
out of 5, which is still pretty good. Eric gave it a 4 out of 5, which is...
Yeah.
Puts it in some of the top whiskeys.
Oh, it is among my top.
This is...
And the thing is, it's not like particularly... There's a strong character to it.
No.
It's just it does everything well.
Does everything well?
Yeah.
It's just solid across the board. It's like a good Thursday night whiskey
It's
on
a
a Friday night.
it's a good one to offer to your friends.
Yeah, it's something
Oh
to-
yeah, absolutely.
So let's go on to our guesses then.
I'm going to go with a blended malt Scotch, 80 proof. I would pay $26 for this bottle, and I think it costs $26.
I also said a blended Scotch. Also said 80 proof. I said I thought it was a $27 bottle, and I would pay between $25 and $27.
I think this is a single malt Scotch. I think it costs $30. I would pay $25 to $30. I think it's 80 proof. So let's go ahead and
Let's reveal.
let's find out what it is.
Yep.
It feels thin like a Scotch bottle. Yep. This is Speyburn Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey.
I'm gonna go. You had the advantage because you knew what the possibilities were.
I 100% agree, which is why I wanted to go last.
I don't know enough about Scotches yet to tell the difference between a single malt, blended Scotch.
I don't either. There are a few things that tip it for me, but
Right.
Yep. All right, so I'll put the winner between you two instead of me.
We guess
we guess essentially the same. what it comes down to is what's the dollar amount on this bottle?
Well,
Yeah.
you'd guess blended Scotch. You'd guess blended malt Scotch. Should I take a moment to teach you all the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference?
All right. Let's talk about what single means first.
Not married.
Sort of. Single means one distillery. It does not mean one kind of malt. It does not mean one barrel of malt. It doesn't mean 1 year of malt. It could be a plethora.
So single malt,
single just means
single means.
just single means one distillery.
Okay.
So as soon as you bring another distillery's whiskey into the mix, no longer single malt.
Okay.
Okay.
Malt means it's 100% malted barley in the mash bill. So everything in it is malted barley. So a distillery could make 100% malted barley of, let's say, like Irish malt. I'm just making up things. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But Irish malt, but they used, and Scotch malt. But as long as the same distillery distilled it and fermented it and did all that, and let's say they put the one in a X bourbon barrel and one in an X sherry barrel, and then they mix the two together, still single malt whiskey. So single just means one distillery.
Okay.
Obviously, malt does mean 100% malted barley.
Okay.
Blended malt means 100% means a blend of single malts. So multiple distilleries are involved,
Okay.
and they would get blended together to create a blended malt Scotch.
Then what I actually meant was single malt.
Okay.
Was blended malt Scotch. 'Cause
All right.
That's
Okay.
what I meant.
What would single grain be?
Rye.
The same thing as single malt, but instead of having malt, it's
Something
a
else.
single grain.
Well, it's not single grain. Again, single has nothing to do with what's in the mash bill.
Or it's a certain
One distillery.
grain.
Means single means one distillery.
Okay.
Grain,
Means-
grain whiskey could literally be a bourbon mash bill. So
Okay.
a mixture of corn, rye, and malt. It
Yeah.
could be
So
all corn. It could be all rye. It could be all rice. Single grain. It's a grain whiskey in Scotland just means it's something else other than 100% malt.
okay.
Okay.
Anything else.
So it could be 99% malt and 1%
corn.
corn.
It's a grain whiskey.
It's a grain whiskey.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so blended, so you could theoretically have a blended grain whiskey, which means it's none of it is single malt, but it's all blends. And then you have blended Scotch, which just means it's a blend of malt whiskey and grain whiskey.
Okay.
Okay.
So 5 different kinds of Scotch whiskey. There's also
Then
regions,
there's also the regions.
which is nothing we don't have to get into today. So actually, this is specifically the Speyburn Bradan Orach. I don't know if I said that right, but let's just say I did.
I'm gonna go with no.
Probably, you're right.
Given the pronunciation of anything Gaelic, I'm gonna go with no.
Well, yeah, okay. 80 proof, which is what we all said.
Yeah.
'cause Scotch, no age statement, 100% malted barley, 100% ex bourbon casks. So they're all ex bourbon casks. I paid $23 for this bottle, and it generally retails for $26.
He wins. Because that is essentially the difference between us. Because neither of us got the type right. We all both got 80 proof. I said 27, he said 26. But we both did say we would pay the 26 for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I said I paid 25, which is, I paid 23, so I got on sale. All right, as for ratings and tasting notes of other sites, Distillery gave it a 78, Whiskey Advocate an 86. General tasting notes, nose, apple, vanilla, fruit, malt, lemon, blossom, honey. Palate, vanilla, spice, oak, fruit, creamy, honey. And then finish, oak, dry, vanilla, caramel, spice. I liked it.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
I give it 4s across the board.
I don't think it's something that I would like. If I'm like looking for have a whiskey experience, it's something I'm going to go towards. But as we're saying, if I'm just like looking to enjoy a whiskey at the end of the night, sitting on the back porch,
It's a good end of the night, sitting on the back porch, just enjoying the evening.
shooting the breeze with friends.
Yeah.
Speyburn does make one other bottle. I haven't gotten it yet, but they make another bottle that's in our price category. The Speyburn 10-year. Good on you, Speyburn. Thank you for making cheap, affordable single malt Scotch for us. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button, leave us a comment, tell us what you think of this bottle. Love to hear from you. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.
Man, that is good.